Today, let's walk through some ideas for items you could sell at craft show and talk about pricing and how to do it. Welcome, I do sewing and DIY related content, and today's video is all about different ideas or items that you could make at craft shows, and we're going to be talking about how you would do the pricing for it so you can figure out how to price your products to make sure that you are making money in the end and not losing out. So craft shows are a really unique place as you really want to stand out compared to everybody else who is trying to sell a product, and it can be a very long day. So my first item that we are going to be talking about to help you figure out what you want to sell at craft shows is essentially hair accessories. Now, scrunchies are always popular. As you can see here, I have multiple scrunchies that I've made over time. And the one thing I really wanted to notice with all these scrunchies is how versatile and how many different colors there are and how many different types. Now, all the scrunchies you see here are mostly made of cotton. There are a few different ones, but the great part about scrunchies is you could really match so many different people's personalities. You can make them in different sizes as well. So you could really start to explore and do a lot of different things to try to bring in different people's attention, doing either local sports team colors or maybe just doing really pretty pastel colors. You can also do different sizes like I mentioned earlier and kind of have these be in a pack. So as you can see here, I have a very tiny mini scrunchie on a doll. This could also be great for kid sizing, and then I have a really large scrunchie here. So you could start to pair these together so that you'd have another product to sell too. And all of this would just be from that exact same one pattern being a scrunchie. So a lot of different ways that you can expand upon these, a lot of different ways that you could try to make it appear for different audiences, different people. You could do mother-daughter scrunchie packs, a lot of different ways to go. Now with the scrunchies, you could also try to sell different ways to display your scrunchies. As you can see here, I have them on the stuffed animal dog, which you could always sell something similar to that. You can also make different, I know there's like these poles that you can make and people can put all their scrunchies on top. So you just want to figure out different ways to draw people in with uniqueness. Now, another option for an item you could make are hair bows. Hair bows are incredibly popular for a bunch of different reasons. You could do hair bows and scrunchies, so just having a bunch of different hair accessories at your table. Hair bows can come in so many different sizes, so many different colors. So just another item that you could have to display to draw people in. Now, let's say you do not want to go with the whole hair accessory route and you're looking for something a little different. You could definitely do something like a bookmark. So you could change the sizing of this, make small bookmarks, large bookmarks. Again, really playing around with the colors, really playing around with the shapes. And everyone right now, I feel like there's a lot of people interested in books. Book talk is huge. I know on TikTok and on Instagram, you see a lot of people talking about their books. So you could really play around with these bookmarks to try to draw people in. In addition, for home good items, you could also do coasters. Coasters are such a fun gift, as everyone sort of needs something to put their drink down on, right? So for coasters, you could do it again, different colors. This could be a great hostess gift. This could be a great gift for realtors. Lots of different ways that you could use coasters, that you could play around with coasters and really have them be of different colors and styles. Now you could do other home good items as well. You could have these be matching sets. You could also do placemats. Placemats are really fun, really easy. Matching coasters and placemats would also look really cute and would be really fun on like a dinner table type idea. Just having everything come together. You could also use it seasonally so that they could be Christmas decor or fall decor. Lots of different ways to do it. And then finally, you could also start to look into accessories for pets and different items that you could make for pets. So these are little bows that I had made for dog collars, so the elastic lets them slip on and off. Imagine if you did like little sets, so you could do matching bows for dogs and then a bow for people, or a matching scrunchie for the human and then the bow for the dog. Lots of different ways you could go about this and really bring in people to come over to your table. In addition, you could make little dog blankets using fleece if you wanted to make something a little easier but you still wanted to have your items stand out. There's a lot of different ways that you can go about it and figuring out what you like to sew. So now that we've talked about some of those ideas for what you could sell, how do you know how to price them? And we're going to just go through this little spreadsheet I put together for some of our pricing. As you can see here, I am going to be doing it based off the idea that we are trying to price our scrunchies. So in this first column, I have my craft of scrunchies, and then you want to figure out how much of a product can you get from 1 yard, for example, or whatever the basic unit would be for whatever you're making. So I think that I can get around 16 scrunchies from 1 yard of fabric, and then I know that the cost of 1 yard of fabric is around $6. Let's say I'm able to get it on sale. So now I also want to think about any other small items that may be used to make the scrunchies, such as elastic, thread, maybe a safety pin. So I'm just going to say that's about 15 cents per scrunchie. So then my total cost is going to be the amount of scrunchies that I can get from 1 yard of that fabric for the price. So that is the $6 divided by 16. And then I'm going to add that 0.15, so that's going to be like that 15 cents, and that will give me my total cost per scrunchies just for supplies. So the reason why I say just for supplies is we also want to think about our time. So how long is it taking us to make a scrunchie? So I see that it takes me about 10 minutes to make one scrunchie. So if I want to charge myself per hour about $10 per hour just to keep it simple, I would then figure out my labor cost for one scrunchie, and then I can figure this out by dividing my rate divided by the number of scrunchies I can make in an hour, which is 6, and that gives me that my labor cost would be about $1.66 per scrunchie. So then if I add this to the amount of supplies, that's just going to give me my base cost. So essentially there'd really be no profit coming from this. This is just my labor plus the cost of the supplies. So if you wanted to try to make a little bit of a profit, you would then want to up the pricing. But this is just an example for how you can figure out a baseline guide so that you're not losing money when you are selling your scrunchies. Let's say if you were selling them on Etsy or online. Now for craft shows, you do want to think about that there is a fee normally associated to attend a craft show. So let's say that my show name is called Fall Craft Fair, and it costs $50 to apply, to register. Sometimes you have to apply, sometimes it's a registration fee. And then I know that I'm going to be there for 8 hours. And then on top of it, I'm going to have to think about that setup and breakdown time. So normally you have to get there, set up your tables, and then you're gonna have to clean up all your stuff. So let's say I'm gonna put 2 extra hours. And then I'm just gonna add about a $40 miscellaneous fee so that I am thinking about anything that I need to bring, any decorations for the table. So finally, my labor cost, since I know that I'm going to be there 10 hours and I want to charge myself $10 an hour, so it's going to be $100 for my labor cost. So now I can figure out what the cost of the show would be for me, so I'm just going to be adding these together. So my labor cost plus that miscellaneous supply cost plus the cost to attend the show, and that's going to be what I need to make up. So that's where then our profit's going to be coming in from our scrunchies. How much do you want to up the price of those? How much do you want to lower the price on those if you were in a situation where you thought you were charging too much? Basically, you're going to play around with this to figure out how many scrunchies in this instance do I need to sell so that I can make that money back and you're not losing out money in the end. So remember everything we just did in that budgeting spreadsheet, that was just for scrunchies, but you could do this with whatever product you are selling. So really making it sure that you are documenting how much money you need to make if you are going to be going to a show so that you don't lose out. I hope this was helpful to you. If it was, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next, and thanks for watching.